I think it's about time I start saying yes. Welcome back to my channel, Sammy Plans. In today's video, I am talking all about the season of yes. This is I guess you could say program that is put on by Club Moxie, which is a special VIP group that is ran through the planner company Moxie Life. A little bit about Club Moxie before we get started. It is a subscription-based program, and so every quarter, they do it by quarter, you pay $150 and then you are in this club, I guess you could say, where you're getting a lot of different resources for goal setting. They focus on other topics, like I know last month in June they focused on rest and what that looks like. There's just a bunch of different topics, lots of life coaching and activities that they do. And they also have a private Facebook group. So we're able to connect with one another and share our wins, what we're struggling with, and just really connect in that capacity. And so I decided to go for it. A little bit about my reasoning behind it. Like I said, it's $150, which I kind of felt like was a lot, but then when I thought about it, that's $50 a month and you can cancel it at any time. And so after your quarter, if you want to cancel it, you can, and move on with your life, I guess. But I really want to experiment with the season of yes, which is what they're doing in quarter 3. So July, August, and September. And what really drew me to this is just where I'm at in my life right now and where I've been the past few months. I know I've mentioned this a few times on my YouTube channel, but I like to be vulnerable and share things with you and just keep it real. And just with my miscarriage, really, that's what really inspired me to do this. Because before I had my miscarriage, I was planning. I'm a planner. So I was planning what life was going to look like with a new baby and a toddler, teaching what that was going to look like. I was just getting excited in general because I was going to have a new baby. My due date was January 1st. So it was like a New Year baby. And I don't know, there were just so many exciting things around this pregnancy. And I was a little nervous about miscarriage just because I know that's always a chance you take when you are pregnant, but I didn't really think about it because my last pregnancy with my daughter Emery was great. I loved being pregnant actually, and I had no worries, no concerns, and everything went well. And so that's kind of where my mindset was with this one. And then when I lost my baby at 7 weeks, my whole world was turned over. And I didn't know how to pick up the pieces because of how I had planned everything. And this wasn't part of that plan. And a lot of that kind of fell on my shoulders. I listened to the doctors and I understood them when they told me, this is not your fault. Early pregnancy loss is always chromosomal, or there was an issue with the baby anyways and it wasn't gonna last. I got all of those conversations. I understood that, but at the same time, I just felt like it was my fault. I was not able to save that baby. And so I took that out on myself. I just felt like a bad mom and thought, well, I'm probably just not a good mom, not deserving of this. And I just lost a lot of confidence in myself. I've always struggled with self-confidence, but that really hit hard. And my confidence dropped in myself, in my body, just all around. And I found myself in a pretty sad place. And I knew I could not continue being that way because I still have a daughter that I need to be there for. I have a husband I need to be there for. I need to be there for myself. And so when I saw this advertisement for season of yes, it really spoke to me because it talked about things like you're going to learn how to love your life, you're going to learn how to embrace yourself and live authentically, and all these different things. I want that. I want that type of love for myself. I want to embrace my life. And so I decided to do it. And this is the little booklet you get. You also get a little booklet every month. But this is one for Season of Yes. I am not going to share everything in it, obviously, because you have to be a part of Club Moxie to that. But I do want to kind of share, because they have shared this on their social media. I want to share the different areas we are going to go over throughout this like 12-week period of time, and just some ideas that I have for saying yes, which was really hard for me to come up with as well, because also vulnerable moment. I struggle with saying yes to myself. Shocker, I know, but just that Enneagram 2, people pleasing, caring for other personality that I have, I struggle with taking care of myself and saying yes to myself. And so making this list was really hard. I also decided in my planner, if you haven't seen this on Instagram, I made this page. I took the washi, the Moxie Life washi, I made like a plaid pattern, which I thought was super cute. And I decided to write a mission statement. So I'm gonna read this first, because something that's guiding some of these yeses, if you will, in this mission statement is a word. And they told us to pick a word. And the word that popped up to me was confidence, or confident, just because that's what I'm lacking right now. And I just feel like I'm consumed with all this worry and negativity and anxiety, and I need to regain confidence. I want like that main character energy in my life, and not giving a flying fart about anyone's opinions, just living my best life, which I struggle with. And so I'm really excited about that. But I'm gonna read this to you really quick, and then we're gonna talk about the yeses. So it says, I give myself permission to say yes to things that bring me joy and help rediscover who I am. By embracing the power of yes, I commit to being present and fully engaged in each day. I will focus on doing rather than just planning, taking action to experience life to its fullest. This journey of saying yes will guide me out of my comfort zone, allowing me to build self-confidence and truly live in the moment. And I just love that. And so that's a page in my planner. We are now going to talk about the different yeses. And so the first week, we are saying yes to saying no, which is, I feel like, a week dedicated to me, because I struggle with this. Once again, I'm a people pleaser, and I really care about what other people think of me. I feel like that is like attached to my self-worth, and I don't know, I just feel like it's just how I was raised, and I am an oldest sister, and it manifests itself in a lot of different ways. And so some things that I wrote down are boundaries. I want to learn how to create those boundaries, saying no, having healthy boundaries with things. And I just think this isn't just like with people, but with things as well. And so having boundaries with like food, having boundaries with my phone, and we'll talk more about my phone in a minute. But just things like that. I just want healthy boundaries. Also, unnecessary obligations. I'm a sucker for this one, because I always feel like I have to say yes. We always have to be going to the next thing or doing the next thing. And sometimes it's okay to say no and not do that thing. And so that's something that I'm working on and I was thinking about. And then toxic relationships. Once again, with people, cutting those negative ties, building those boundaries. I also thought about my phone, because I don't really feel like I have any toxic relationships like with people in my life currently. There's some that I'm like mending out and like aren't as terrible as they have been, and so I feel like that is manageable. But when it comes to things, I feel like I have a toxic relationship with my phone. Especially in the summer when I'm not teaching, I am constantly on my phone. And I feel like that's something I can say no to. is my phone in a lot of different ways, and like find different ways to have a healthier relationship with my phone, and social media too. Like I get sucked in, and that's when I get stuck in those comparison traps and feeling sad and sorry for myself and anxious, and that's toxic. So I'm saying no to that. The next yes or thing we're saying yes to is being bold. Some ideas that I have, I don't know if I'm going to do all of these, but I thought about maybe some public speaking. I am a little bit higher up on the totem pole at my school now, so I thought, well, maybe I could help run like a professional development. I also had someone over the summer, I went to a teaching training, and they even mentioned to me, like, you know so much about, it was technology and like how to integrate technology in the classroom, which I have studied a lot about. That's what I did my final master's paper on. But she's like, you know so much about this. You should consider doing this next year and like running a class. And it kind of made me feel good because like, oh, thank you. But then at the same time, like, why would I do that? I'm not good enough at that. Maybe I am, and I could start small and do something at my school. With public speaking, I also thought about fashion. I could describe my fashion sense. Is vanilla. I am very basic when it comes to clothes, how I do my hair, my makeup. It's very minimal, basic, neutral, and I don't know. I just don't like to like stick out or like feel like everyone's staring at me. But I have been inspired by my 3-year-old. For those of you that don't know or don't follow me on Instagram, a few weeks ago, we had a little hair mishap. I was upstairs getting some stuff done, whatever, went downstairs to check on my daughter, and she had chopped off all of her hair. And I mean, literally, like, she chopped it off. And I was like, honey, what are you doing? And she's like, I wanted to look like Tangled or Rapunzel from Tangled. And she was just so happy about what she did to her hair. And I just loved the confidence. She was saying things like how it made her feel good. She felt so beautiful. And it was a very bold move of her to chop off all of her hair. And I tried to keep that positivity going as we talked about why we don't cut our hair by ourselves, or why we don't play with scissors. But I didn't want to have her feel shame or feel guilty for trying something really crazy. And I feel like every toddler does this at some point in their life, but we were able to get it fixed. She is now rocking a very cute pixie cut, and she loves it. She's happy. And that inspired me to maybe do something different with my hair. I will not be chopping it all off. I do like my hair, but maybe add a different color to it or something. I have thought about adding like different color to my hair, and then I always talk myself out of it and just like keep this brown color that I've had my whole life. And so, I don't know, something to consider. And then just some new experiences, trying new things. That's another way I feel like I could be bold. I am part of a mommy group that I don't really do anything with. Like, I'll text and respond to things, but we don't really go to any of the play dates because I'm super introverted. And I also work. A lot of these moms are stay-at-home moms, and so they have the time to kind of like plan things and go out and do things where I don't. And so maybe I could be a little bit more bold and actually go to something so they know who I am and I'm not just this stranger in their group chat that they're all in. The next thing is to try something new, or it's just called something new. And so like learn a new skill, travel, do something with that, or try a new cuisine. My husband has been begging to try Indian food. There's this Indian food place around where we live called Red Fort, and everyone raves about it. It scares me. I don't know why, but I've never just really been into Indian food, and he really wants to go there, and so maybe I will try something new and go try this Indian food restaurant and that will be my something new. The next thing we are saying yes to in this season of yes is connection. And I just have one thing that came to mind when we were talking, or I was kind of thinking about what I wanted to do for connection, and it's with my family, but it's with my siblings. And I have had this idea, or like this thought, for a while, but just haven't really like done anything about it. But it's just to have a sibling date with my brother and my sister. Like I said before, I'm the oldest. I have a brother who's 24 and a sister who's 20, and we are close. My sister and I are especially close and do things. We've always done things together. My brother and I were close growing up, and we were especially close my first year of college when I was still living at home, because I would be the one that would take him to school every morning, and we started to bond through that. We played video games together. We got into a TV show series together. It was a fun time. And then I met my husband and got married, and that was really hard because that relationship just kind of, it wasn't strained or anything, but it just kind of went away, just the closeness that we were to each other. And so I want to get closer with my brother and my sister. And so I thought it'd be fun to do a sibling date, whether that's we go out to lunch, check in with one another, or if we like do an activity like bowling, or I don't know, something fun. But there is my connection activity and what I'm saying yes to. So after connection, we have vitality. And some things that I was thinking about saying yes to is a new exercise routine. I'm on, or have a Beachbody on-demand membership, so I thought it would be fun to like try something new, like a yoga routine or like bar workout or something like that. Saying yes to healthy eating and trying new healthy recipes, and then meditation and journaling. The next thing is nature, which I kind of struggled with this one because I am not a nature person per se. I don't know. I struggle with this one a lot because when I think of nature, I think of roughing it on a campground or in the woods, and that's not me. But I was thinking maybe like showing gratitude for nature, because like I love things like animals, flowers, sunsets, sunrises, that sort of thing. So like maybe going on like a nature walk or some different nature walks and just being in nature, writing my gratitude, that sort of thing. I did write hiking down because there are some like simple hiking trails that could be fun to take my daughter on. So maybe that. It's not really my thing though, but that would get me out of my comfort zone a little bit. And then gardening. We live in a townhome, and so gardening would consist of just like getting some planter pots, but I don't know if I would want to do flowers or vegetables. I don't know the timing for those. I'd have to look into that, but maybe just like some simple gardening to liven up our patio or something like that. I don't know, just spitballing some ideas for nature. The next one is fun, and for this I thought it'd be fun to throw a party of some sort. Maybe have a game night, have people over for that. And then this one I thought was super fun is to have a family yes day. I don't know if you've seen the movie Yes Day, but it's essentially a movie about a family where they're allowed to only say yes to everything for a whole day, and they just do all these fun things. And I thought that would be fun as well, maybe to talk to my husband now about that, set a budget for it, start saving, and then just having a yes day with our daughter. The next thing we're saying yes to is doing it scared, and this one really speaks to me because I feel like I am the definition of scared. Like, I don't know, just anxiety, that worry. I'm always scared. I'm always worrying about things. And so I feel like this is for me. Just do it, even if you are feeling scared. So one thing I came up with is speaking up for myself, advocating for myself, having the confidence to put myself out there in public situations, whether it's at work, with family, friends, whatever, and just speak up for myself. I also had the idea of promoting myself more on the Teacher Pay Teachers platform. I did decide to open up a shop on Teachers Pay Teachers and start selling some of my decor items that I've made for my classroom and some lessons that I've done, and just promoting myself more on that because I'm a little bit scared about how that's going to work out. And so yeah, just promoting myself a little bit more and celebrating this fun thing that I'm doing for myself. The next thing is creativity, and with this one I came up with like writing. I know I always talk about writing. I used to love it so much, and then I grew up and I just feel like I never have time for it, and so I need to figure out what writing looks like in my life. I also thought about music, and like I've always wanted to play the piano. I don't own a piano. My parents do. My brother knows how to play the piano, so maybe have him teach me, or like just some of the basics, or I teach myself and just go over there and play. I don't know. And then the next one's planning. I feel like I need to get a little bit more creative with my planning, just because I feel like right now I'm just kind of like doing the same old, and it's not as exciting as it used to be. Like at the beginning of the year, I loved planning because I was in a new layout. I was experimenting with things. I've been using stickers in my sticker stash all year, which has been fun. But now I'm thinking about next year's planner. I know it's only mid-July, but I'm thinking about what planner I want to use, how I'm going to use it, all the things, if I want to simplify some things, use stickers, markers, washi, what am I going to do, all of that. And I don't know, I kind of want to spice it up a bit again, and I don't know if I want to stay in a horizontal or if I want to go back to a vertical. I don't know. And so maybe be more creative with my planning, play around with some planner spreads during this season, and just embrace the mess that my planner might become as I'm messing around with things. And then the last thing that we were saying yes to is romanticizing your life. And this one is super intimidating to me. And it's something I want to do, but it's super intimidating because I've Googled this. I've looked it up on Instagram and Pinterest and see all the aesthetically pleasing pictures and like just lives and bodies and like all the things. And I get intimidated because I know that's not me. I'm 100% all aboard the hot mess express. And so that's just daunting to me, to have like a picture perfect life. And so this one was a little hard, but I came up with some, and I'm just gonna go with it and celebrate it and be okay with it, because I'm trying to be more confident in myself and my life and not worry about what other people are doing in their lives and comparing myself to them and their journey. So like I want to come up with some sort of daily ritual. One thing that I used to do before I had my daughter was every night I would read and eat ice cream, and I just love that. I get my water, a big bowl of ice cream, and a book that I was reading, and I'd go sit on my bed, and that's kind of how I would like, I don't know, cool down, I guess, for the night. Just reconnect with my book. And so I don't know if I want to do that or if I want to do something else. I'm not really like a coffee drinker or a tea drinker, and so I don't really connect with that, but I do eat ice cream in a mug. And so maybe something like that, or I don't know, like daily affirmation. Just, I need to find some sort of daily ritual. The next one's self-care. I am like gonna go all in with this and practice more like skincare routine. I want to learn more about my skin and take care of my skin. Same with my nails. My fingers are okay, and like I don't want to paint them or anything, but like my feet, especially like painting my toenails. I don't know, just like go all out and like love myself enough that I'm like the best version of myself physically, if that makes sense, with self-care. And then the last one I thought was photography. I'm not a photographer whatsoever, but this is something I've been doing this summer, is just taking pictures and then at the end of each week posting the highlights of that week. And I don't know if I'm going to continue posting the highlights like as I move into my next school year. It's more of like a summer thing, but I want to keep taking pictures, putting them in my planner. Not necessarily posting them, but definitely putting them in my planner, journaling, just really holding on to the mundane memories of our lives. Because I always say this, I'm like, my life's not that interesting. I don't really do anything. I'm a teacher, I'm a mom, but my life is still great in a lot of ways. And so just celebrating it for what it is. And so those are my ideas for the season of Yes. I'm really, really excited about this, and just practicing self-confidence, rediscovering myself a little bit, getting out of my shell. And so yeah, let me know down in the comments below if you are also part of Club Moxie, or if you are participating in the season of Yes, and let me know what you're saying yes to. If you're not, I highly recommend joining us. I mean, it's never too late to join. And the day that this video actually goes live, let me look at my calendar, is like our prep week. And so we're just planning what we're saying yes to. We don't really jump into any of it until the week of the 22nd. And the first video will be on the 25th. And so if you want to jump in, it's not too late. I highly recommend it. But if you're not going to be doing season of Yes, like in this regard, maybe still consider some things that you can say yes to in this season of your life, and you can share those in the comments below too. But yeah, I am just super excited for this and wanted to share it with you guys because I'm just ready for some change, and I'm just really hopeful that this is what is going to help me with the community and the planning and everything, and then just doing it. And so here's to my season of Yes and building self-confidence and living in the moment. And I'm just excited, and I'll keep you guys updated. Don't forget to like this video and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my planning content here on YouTube. Thank you once again for joining me here today, and I'll see you guys later.